For SOCY 602, or maybe for a research project, you'd like to have access to the General Social Survey. I'm going to show you two ways to access the data set that I've made available in Stata format on the Unix cluster here at the University of Maryland. The first way is to go through my Stata user site, and many of you have already seen that from SOCY 699C, the Stata programming class. I've got Stata up and running, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the entire data set to my hard drive. Looking at the command window and a little bit below it to the left, we can see where my default directory is. That's where the Stata dataset will be downloaded, and if I want it someplace else, I would have to change that directory now using the cd command. I've already typed my command and I've pasted into my buffer, and I'm just going to now paste it here into the command window. To get to my Stata user site, located here at the University of Maryland, net from, and then that big long address URL, http://terpconnect.umd.edu/tilde smilex3/stata. When you enter that command, you'll get this description of the data site, the user site, and access to all of those materials. Come up here and click on this blue hyperlink for data, and you'll see all the things available to you. And the data set we want is the GSS 72 to 12, the entire General Social Survey. I don't have it listed here, but this is approximately 345 megabytes. Depending upon your internet connection, it might take a while. I click enter. I get a description about how to use the data set and things I would have to do once I have it. I'll describe those in more detail later. And I'm just going to go to the bottom now and click here to get. After I click to connect, after I click on the link to get the file, you can see down in the lower left-hand corner how much of the file is downloading. I'm going to jump ahead until this is already done to save some time. Now that that file has been copied to my hard drive in the default directory, I can close my window and I can try to use the file. I'm going to click the open command, the open button, and I need to go to documents, and there I see the file here. If I open up my window a little bit more, I can see that it's here it is, 338 megabytes. I'm going to open that file. Notice that I have an error here. The default in most installations of Stata is to allow only 5,000 variables. We have well over 5,000 variables. So I need to enter at the command line set maxvar, and I'm going to exceed the number of variables actually in the data set, so I have room to add additional variables for recodes and things like that. Then I'll go ahead and just replay this command. And there you go. So there's one method to get the General Social Survey. Download it onto your hard drive, save it. It's yours to use for the class. You'll have access to it all the time. Take it to the lab on a USB drive, or just use it on your laptop if you have Stata installed. I'm going to clear this data set and show you one other method. I've already written a little program that I will make available to you that will download a subset of the General Social Survey. Since I'm downloading well under the 5,000 variables, I don't need to use that set maxvar command to increase the space for variables. If I know exactly the variables I'm looking for and want to download a much smaller subset, I don't want to use up 344 megabytes on my hard drive. Maybe I want to use, I'll allow a couple of megabytes. I can just run this program and it'll save a log file for me. But you can see down here in this using line, this line 23, that what's going on here is that we're pointing ourselves to the data set that's available online, the one that I just downloaded, and we're simply taking a subset of variables. So that's all there is to it. This file is taking a while to download, so I'm going to finish the video here, but I know that I'll have the subset of variables shortly. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to send me an email or give me a call, and I'll try to answer your questions as best that I can.